Hey, and thanks for joining me again on my railway adventures, I guess if you want to call it that. So right now we are going to probably the easiest tunnel on the Pittsburgh and Shawmut right away. This is the Knoxdale tunnel. It's literally like the road is there, and then you park on the side of the road, and then the right of way is immediately as you walk in. And it's literally like, I can even like see through the portal right now. The tunnel is like literally straight there. The problem, and I didn't really anticipate this, I guess like I should have, it's like a lot of the vegetation, like it makes it to the point that you can't really access the tunnels easily. Like you have to go through so many trees and bushes, and when I say it's thick, I mean it's like really, really thick, But this, if you take a look, I mean, you see how it's all just neat and tidy. It must be like, I mean, all of these are honestly just like big old ATV trails. And so this one's probably just used quite a bit, and that must help keep the vegetation down. It's also really not one of the longest tunnels on the route. I don't have the dimensions for you, but I mean, I can see through the portal right now. So it's kind of cool. I had filmed a video here 2 years ago for my Yu-Gi-Oh! Chronicles series. So I'm happy to know that this tunnel is still accessible. I was disappointed to find out that the Coulter Tunnel, which is where the other filming location was, whoever, I guess, the property owner is for the Coulter Tunnel, they put a gate in front of the right-of-way, so you can't get there anymore. And maybe you weren't supposed to be able to in the first place. I don't know. That's pretty fair. But that tunnel was flooded. It had drainage problems. We had tried to like dig a small ditch on the side of the tunnel that seemed to like help a little bit. But then the problem was like it kept getting clogged with like twigs, branches, all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna turn it off for now. But yeah, here's the approach. It's very, very nice. It's kind of cool to think that a train used to come all the way through here back in the day. And I'm really, really glad that it's still intact. I mean, there is like no vegetation whatsoever. It's just ballast, except for this stuff in the middle. So if you ever want to do any railroad, former railroad explorations, and you were like wondering what's like a safe one to do, this would definitely be a really safe one to go for. So we're gonna pause this, and I'll see you soon. Okay, we're coming up on the approach now, and yeah, I don't care what anybody says, these tunnels are definitely a bit intimidating, especially when you're by yourself, because it's just this like big, black mouth just staring at you. A lot more visible to see everything in like the winter months, just because there isn't really all this like vegetation and stuff. I am going to approach it just a bit cautious. You'd always just want to be careful. It was roped off, but of course, people accessing the tunnel, they've taken away all of the barriers and moved them to the side. This is a very short tunnel. It's not long at all. It looks like there is a huge piece of debris that has fallen from the ceiling. That might affect our ability to walk through it. I'll touch base with you. Okay, admittedly, I'm just partially happy that it's not a bear, but yeah, it looks like our fears have been realized. So whenever me and my friend Corey, we came here back in 2023, it was November, this was clear and you could see well through to the other side, but there hasn't just been a partial collapse, there has been a very major collapse in the tunnel. There was a piece of like rebar or some, Like there was a piece of concrete that was like hanging right here, and we were pretty convinced that if the collapse would occur anywhere, it was going to occur right there. And as you can see, oh my goodness, nobody's going to be riding through their stuff anymore. And then interestingly enough, that it seems like, I don't really know, normally you could actually see through to the other side of the tunnel, but it's pretty dark on the other side of the rubble. So I'm not sure if something has happened on that side as well, but yeah, there's definitely a big collapse here. That's what these harsh winters will do, and ultimately the fate of all of these tunnels, probably. Okay, I guess I was over exaggerating a little bit. I mean, there definitely has been a very major collapse in the ceiling, but thankfully, I mean, I'm not gonna do it because I don't really feel safe enough. But you can still see through to the other side. I'm just by myself, so I'm not really that brave alone. But you could definitely probably like still climb over the rubble and just get to the other side. But so because the other side looks fine, but yeah, major collapse of the Knoxdale tunnel. I mean, I'm tempted to like climb over the rubble and go to the other side, but I've been to the other side before. There's really nothing there. Like you can walk through the tunnel, and it's pretty cool. And then when you get to the other side, there's like a concrete barrier that again was moved, because used to, before that collapse, you could take your ATV and you could drive it straight through the tunnel, like no problems. But now that the collapse is there, I don't think people will be driving through through this tunnel anymore, because it's just so, like, you know, it's just so, I mean, it covers the entire like lumen of the, you know, like the opening of the tunnel, and like you could just move it out the way, but you need like some heavy machinery, and then I mean, these tunnels don't get maintenance anymore because they're abandoned. So if one collapse could happen, then another collapse could occur. Though another collapse probably wouldn't occur, at least until like another winter cycle. But yeah, this is kind of what me and my friend thought would happen. That's kind of it for this video. I'm still going to be exploring like other Pittsburgh and Shawmut locations as I can, because it's like I said, this is the easiest one to get to, but it can be a very difficult railroad to traverse, mainly because the lack of access points. And even when you do find an access point, if you're trying to specifically find like a tunnel or a bridge, you might be walking for a pretty long way before you can get to it. All right, everyone, say bye-bye to the Knoxdale Tunnel. See ya.